Welcome to Evolution in Controls. I'm your host, Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. Artificial intelligence, automation, and the process of creating complex, real-world solutions that join the two together is what we are going to discuss today. This is episode 2 of a 3-part series where we are talking with a startup company, AlphaOne Robotics, who has created their first product for the logistics market that utilizes AI as a core component of their machine. In episode 1, we talked with 2 of the 4 co-founders, Tim and Alex Criswell, about the genesis of their idea, their company, and the technology they pursued as solutions. Today, we are going to talk about how they brought those ideas to reality, and hopefully, we will get an advanced look at their machine. But taking an idea from concept to reality is seldom a solo effort. Behind every successful launch is a mix of vision, technical expertise, and collaboration. The kind of teamwork that turns a design on paper into a machine that runs in the real world. AlphaOne brought that type of collaboration to their design process. And today we're going to talk with them and a couple of their partners in that collaboration. Bosch Rexroth and Evolution Motion both worked with AlphaOne in the earliest phases of the project, each partner bringing their specific areas of expertise to bear. From Bosch Rexroth, we're joined today by Mr. Arne Mueller, Director of Operations, and from Evolution Motion, Mr. Neil Linhart, Product Manager for Motors and Drives. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
All right, let's start with introductions. Arne, start first. Tell us about yourself and how long you've been doing this.
So my name is Arne Mueller. Been with Rexroth for 40 years. I'm the Director of Operations for the Automation and Electrification Group.
Okay, so just a short time with Bosch Rexroth, only 40 years.
Only 40. Yeah.
Gonna do something else someday.
Yeah, when I retire. But I'm not ready for that yet, so.
All right.
We're having too much fun.
Tim.
Yep, I'm the CEO of AlphaOne Robotics.
Okay, how long you been? It's a startup company, so we know about how long, but have you been in the industry a long time?
Yep, we're a new company, but we're not new to the industry. We've been in robotics and automation for 35 years and in logistics about 20.
Okay, all right. So not new to the market, not new to the industry, not even new to the technology.
Nope, not really.
All right. Neil,
hi.
How long you been with Evolution?
So Neil Linhart, Evolution Motion. I'm a product manager for Motors, Drives, and Controls, otherwise known as AE, Automation and Electrification.
Okay.
I've been here at this position for about 2 years. I've been in the industry for a little over 25.
All right. So all of us have a long road behind us, some longer than others, but yeah, we've all got some experience. So Tim, we had an episode not too long ago where we talked about your company, the startup, and the genesis behind that. But we also talked about the technology that you used in that. What I'd like to talk about today is the design process. How did that come about? Tell us a little bit about how you began designing this machine. It's been, what, a year now?
Yeah, a little over a year. So when we started AlphaOne, we knew we wanted to go after the unloading product.
Okay.
And we had been working on that problem in the industry for about 10 or 12 years. So we took a step back, but we knew that the solution was going to have some complexity. Mm-hmm. So once we identified our basic approach, we were intrigued by the Control-X architecture. So we reached out to Evolution just to start that collaboration process.
So you reached out and you got in contact with Neil, and you were kind of the first contact with AlphaOne about the product, right?
It was, yes.
How did when they first contacted you, were you looking at a collaboration, or was it really just, hey, can you help me spec a motor? You know, what torque and what loads or what current?
Yeah, it just kind of started off with, we need a certain ball screw actuator, and we need some motors to drive it.
Okay, so you actually worked with a couple of other Evolution people that aren't here today on the mechanical as well as the electrical, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about the mechanical. So I worked with our internal group called the Motioneers, Conceptual Engineering. Mm-hmm. We brought the specifications, the information for the mechanics that we need. We have a lot of methodologies for sizing the mechanics. Mm-hmm. For typical applications. Mm-hmm. This is not a typical application.
This is not a static load.
Absolutely
because of what you're doing, it's a very dynamic system.
It's a very dynamic system, which is a little bit harder to size up.
Okay.
So we did our calculations, we double checked them, and then we actually had to take them to Germany, to the factory.
That's where we got
That's
Bosch
right.
Rexroth
We
in.
started, yes, correct.
Okay.
So now we've got the mechanic size, our ball screws, our actuators, our linear bearings. The next thing we took a look at was the drives and the motors.
Okay.
So the original design had, well, the machine has 10 axis of motion.
Okay.
So the original design had 3 electrical panels on the system. And we were able to use the Rexroth technology, and they've got this a drive that's a dual drive. So it's basically 2 drives in one small box. Saving space. So we're able to consolidate all 10 axis and a power supply into one cabinet, basically eliminating an entire cabinet on a very real estate and limited real estate application.
So when we made contact with you, the collaboration was more than just sizing, was more than just picking out a size. What did it turn into for Bosch Rexroth?
Oh, it's a very exciting project, especially when you have the dynamic loads changing and things of that nature. And there's some software components that will go along with that as well. So again, these are the types of applications we look for to, again, help customers put together solutions for industry.
You began working directly with AlphaOne on some very complex math.
Correct. Yep. So
Tell us a little about it.
well, I'm not the total detail-oriented guy there.
But it was the kinematics.
It was the kinematics for sure.
Okay.
And there
The equations of motion.
exactly. And so we had to write something special here ourselves using our application team locally here out of Chicago to put those together to work with Neil's team and Alex, or excuse me, Tim's team to make sure that this thing is really functional. So it was really a lot of collaboration going on in that whole process.
So Tim, it was really, you collaborated with Evolution.
Evolution, yeah.
You collaborated with Bosch Rexroth, and then Evolution and Bosch Rexroth, we collaborated with each other. So
Absolutely.
every party was working with both of the other parties to get this design.
Yep.
I guess the question I asked, was that too much collaboration, or was it just like Goldilocks, just the right amount?
It went very well. The machine itself is fairly complex. 10 axes of motion, limited space. It's a mobile platform, so there's a lot of challenges that go along with it. And these guys were very patient with us. We've gone through 8, 10, 12 iterations just to get the right optimal design. The kinematics are not common. It's a unique configuration that we implemented, and the loads are very dynamic. So that collaboration was very important, and that validation of the forces and the life of the components was critical, so that we get a good 10-year life out of our machine.
10-year life.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're looking for.
All right. So let's talk about the collaboration process. I don't think that you started out thinking that it was going to be a collaborative process.
Right.
When you reached out to Evolution.
Right.
Are you pleased with the way that it went?
Yeah, it went well. We got good feedback, good collaboration. We ended up in a much better spot than we would have on our own.
So it's safe to say that maybe you wouldn't have been where you are had we not collaborated together.
Right. I'd think we would have not as a complete solution that we have today.
Any surprises in the process as you went through?
I guess the biggest surprise is that there wasn't any big surprises, right?
The biggest surprise is that it worked.
That it worked. These guys were very patient with us. We went through a bunch of iterations because we wanted to get that perfect balance of the size, the motors, everything.
Arnie, I know that Bosch Rexroth and Evolution have a long history together.
Oh yeah,
We've done collaborations in the past.
many.
Any surprises on this one, or did it go pretty much as the others have gone?
I would say it went right along as all the others have in the past. Again, getting all the data together, everybody coming together. Let's talk about what we bring to the party, what Evolution brings to the party, what the customer is really looking for. It's highly communicative, and we have to keep it that way.
Do you feel, Neil, like everybody stayed in their lane, all the parties, they stuck with their areas of expertise and just kind of worked in their lanes and it all merged together?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about the process, talked about the technology. I, I want to see the machine, Tim.
Sure.
Can we go up back and have a look at the machine in operation, running, and take a look at some of these solutions that we've talked about?
Yep, absolutely. Let's
All right.
take a look.
Guys, thanks so much. We're going to go up back now.
Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Tim, we've left the conference room behind. We're now out in the shop. We've got the machine behind us.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on it. Tell me, what are the components that make up this machine?
Yeah, it consists of a mobile base to drive it in and out of the trailer,
Okay.
an industrial robot, a wide articulating conveyor, and a vacuum end effector to grasp the boxes.
Okay, so the mobile base, that's got drive wheels on it. It moves in and out as the boxes get taken out. It continues to creep into the container.
Right, moves right up to the product.
Okay, the conveyor is what the boxes load on, and you call it articulated because it moves up and down.
Moves up and down and in and out a little bit as well.
Okay, all right. The robot's easy to see. It's the yellow thing behind us, right?
Right, yep.
And then on the front of it, you've got a vacuum head. Is
Right, an end effector that grasps. It's got some compliance to grasp the boxes, gets them out of the stack and onto the conveyor.
All right. Well, I'd like to look at all of those kind of one at a time. But, you know, in the conference room, Neil talked about collaborating with Alex on some drives.
Right.
And those drives are mounted in the base, right?
Right, they're tucked into the base, tucked away.
Okay. What I'd like to do is, could we do a cutaway and just kind of look at those drives? Because
Yep.
Neil talked about how it was a task and a challenge between him and Alex to get those to fit in.
Right.
Could we
Yep.
go ahead and look at those?
Yep, let's take a look.
Let's get Neil and Alex to look at those.
Okay.
So Alex, we've spent some time the last year or so designing, specifying, looking at the drives. This is actually my first time seeing it in action. So can you go ahead and show me what you have?
Sure. And as you can see here, we don't have a lot of space, so we wouldn't be able to fit a traditional solution of VFDs in this kind of space. So the Control-X drive platform really enabled us to fit the 10 axes of motion that we have in a very compact space.
So if I'm seeing correctly, the AC power only comes into one of the drives?
Yeah, that's correct. So we have here a converter module that takes in the AC power and puts that onto a DC bus that shares the power across all the 10 axes, allowing us to share any regenerative power throughout all of the axes, reducing power consumption and increasing the machine's efficiency.
That's a beautiful job.
Thank you.
That was a very tight fit in that drive panel. I can see why it was tough.
Right.
You don't have room for a third panel there. We talked about another collaboration, and this one involved Rexroth,
Right.
and it was kinematics.
Right.
But also you're using Control-X. So what was the kinematics for? Was it for the conveyor?
Right. For the actuators you saw plus an additional axis, those all combine in a unique configuration that is not a standard kinematic chain. So we
Okay.
had to get some custom kinematics put together.
And Rexroth worked with you, the both of us, to get that done.
Correct.
But you've got a conveyor, you've got a robot, you've got a mobile platform, a rotating head. How do you coordinate so that you land in the right point in real space across all three of those platforms?
Right. It was very important to coordinate those various subsystems into a more of an organic motion.
Okay.
So the Control-X architecture allows that information to be shared very quickly in real time, that allows us to coordinate those activities.
So basing it on the Control-X platform allowed you to get all of the equations in place so that you can pick a point in real space regardless of the relative positions of the base and the robot and the conveyor.
Right. Integrating the vision with the motion of the conveyor with the robot, all of those come together in real time.
So once you move we're gonna watch this in operation, right?
Right, yep.
Okay, so we'll move it in. We'll be able to see some of that. We won't see the equations, but
Right.
we'll see the results of that kinematics, right?
Yeah, you'll see how they work simultaneously throughout the process to optimize the operation.
Okay, well, I think we're about ready to move it in, right?
Okay, yep,
All right,
let's move it
let's
in.
do it. Well, Tim, I want to say thank you. This has been a great collaboration. It's been a great day. Anytime companies can work together like this and collaborate, it yields a great solution.
Yep.
And I really appreciate it.
Yep, it's been a great collaboration between everybody.
Yeah, fantastic. We had good conversation in the conference room. We got a chance to come out and see the machine.
Yep.
I mean, it's the result of a lot of hard work, and your team's here with us now, and they've done a great job, and I want to congratulate all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them have been on camera, some haven't. You want to just go through and introduce your team?
Sure. So we have some of our co-founders.
Okay.
We have Samarth Rajan, head of robotics.
Okay.
Alex Criswell, who you've met,
Yep.
head of the hardware design. And you have Jared Russell, who's head of our sales team.
And you're the CEO leading the group?
I do my best.
Herding the cats?
I do my best.
Well, I brought our team as well. Dan Osborne is our motioneer, and he and Alex worked on the linear actuators and some of the mechanical stuff. And then Neil Linhart, my product manager for automation and electrification, he worked with Alex as well.
Right.
So we just really appreciate it. Anytime that we, Evolution and Bosch Rexroth, that we're able to collaborate with a customer such as yourself, it's a win-win solution.
Yeah, it's really helped us out to get where we wanted to be much faster.
Awesome. Well, Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a great day. And thank you for joining us for episode 2 in our 3-part series on AlphaOne Robotics and the technology they are bringing to bear on the logistics market. To learn more about AlphaOne Robotics, visit alphaonerobotics.com. To learn more about Bosch Rexroth, visit boschrexroth-us.com. To learn more about Evolution Motion Solutions, visit evolutionmotion.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Evolution in Controls and to look for episode 1 in our 3-part series on AlphaOne Robotics, and to watch for the upcoming episode 3 on whatever platform you use for podcasts or on YouTube for a video version, so you can be updated when we release new episodes. Thank you again for joining us today. I'm Tim Wilson, and remember, keep moving.